I've lost 20 pounds in 3 months, so let's do a grocery haul as if it was your day one tomorrow that you wanted to start your fat loss journey in a sustainable manner, and that is a complete lifestyle change instead of like a fad diet that you're only going to stick with for a couple weeks to just gain even more weight back. Essential sip of water. Today, shopping at Safeway because it's just easy. Berries, I feel like, have been super essential in the morning. They're a good source of fiber. I sometimes mix it up with some raspberries or blackberries also, but this is good to have like about a half a cup or a cup in the morning. No more, no less, just because of the sugar intake. The spring mix, in my personal opinion, is the best option. Having these for every single meal helps you go to the bathroom, which is essential when you're on a high protein diet. There's a huge misconception about avocados. They are super healthy for you. However, if you don't measure the amount of avocados that you consume, you can significantly overeat your fats very quickly. You only need about 0.8 of an ounce of avocado, very small, not a lot. That's like 2 big slices. Now, a lot of people may think that they need to cut rice. You actually don't. What you have to do is make sure that the way that you cook rice is a bit more healthy. Don't use a ton of oil. Don't put salt in it. If you're going to put salt, put it after you cook so you can control the amount that you have. I personally like jasmine rice. Other people like different types of rice, but the best optimal type of grain for fat loss is jasmine rice. You digest it super fast. My body tends to react very well to rice, so I think it's a great carb option. I normally have a serving of rice 3 times a day. Super easy to just grab and go. Always have in the fridge some sort of rice. All of this you should be avoiding completely or at very small levels, even though I do love my pasta. They are not your friends when fat loss. Sauces. Now, I was no sugar for 100 days, and I did end up using this brand. Let me reach it. I love this one. I haven't really had it for past couple weeks, but the G Huges brand, no sugar, just measure everything I use. Right now, I have been using no sugar ketchup and mustard. So let me show you those. So I've been using this mustard, which is really good for you, nutrition-wise, no bad stuff in there. Except I use the one that's like the grounded one, but they don't have this right now. And then as far as ketchup, I try to do like sugar-free if there's a brand, or like no salt added. You might not like the taste of it at first, but trust me, you'll be fine. Or if you do have to use the regular one, just measure. The key to using sauces is to measure. Chocolates. I love chocolate, but I have not had chocolate. Okay, like this is a major hack. Avocado oil spray when cooking. It keeps everything nice, no stick, and you're not using a ton of fats. Any brand's fine, but I use this a lot. Like I make this with my egg whites, my chicken. If I'm trying to go low fat, then I'll just do a spray of this. So this is a game changer. So for your fat source, you can use avocados or olive oil. When you're buying an olive oil, try to find something that's super clean. I personally have been like switching between different olive oils. I haven't really found one that I love. I've tried the California blend. I've tried Graza. I think this is what I currently have in my kitchen. But again, pick one that works for you and measure, because you won't believe how much you're actually using until you start measuring it. So I have been obsessed with these little chicken nuggets I have been making. I used panko. This one is relatively clean, so they're pretty good for you on your cut, as long as you don't go crazy. I think I've used these ones as well, so just measure how much you're putting in it and don't go crazy. But mixing with some cayenne pepper, oh my gosh, so good. These two. This is so niche, but I would used to binge on these and it was so disgusting, and yeah, not my proudest moment, but a real moment. This is a hack if you're super tired, don't really want to cook. Literally get the chicken breast tenders, throw some seasoning on it, and then you'll have some chicken in 30 minutes. Trust me, this is the laziest chicken meal you could possibly buy that's healthy and clean. The other carb that people think that you need to cut and you actually don't need to is sourdough. Sourdough is super good for digestion. I usually have it like 1 to 2 times a day. Of course, you need to measure it and look at the ingredients. You want to make sure there's no high fructose corn syrup. It's super low in sodium, no sugar, and just super clean ingredients, as clean as possible in order for your digestion to be on point when eating the sourdough. It's something that you don't want to overconsume, but it's definitely a nice addition to have for your second meal or breakfast. Egg whites. Literally my favorite thing ever. I have this like way too many times a day. Egg whites. Everyone has their own preference. They can make them themselves. If you want to crack open the egg, go ahead. But trust me, even if you don't like the taste of this at first, you will like it. I cannot go days without this. I get really upset. Cheese section. No cheese for me. My favorite type of butter, they don't sell it at Safeway, but it's a Vital Farms butter. When you're buying a butter, you want to find something that's unsalted, ideally grass-fed, and like at least 85% butter fat. So you can find an alternative. It is a bit more pricier, and maybe at first you don't like the taste, but after you're on it for a while, you start enjoying it, that it kind of tastes like a sweet treat. So let's see the nutrition facts. That's something you want to read all the time. This one has no sodium because it's unsalted, and total fat, 12 grams. I used to love Greek yogurt. I no longer am consuming dairy. So I recommend going off dairy for a bit. You kind of want to rule out if you're like you might be lactose intolerant or it might cause bloating. So kind of the food map diet where you're like slowly removing things to figure out what may be causing inflammation. I basically cut out all dairy. So no cheese and no yogurt. $6.99. So this is my total for spring mix, blueberries, egg whites, and the chicken breast tenders. I do live in the Bay Area, so it is a bit pricier than other places, so you can kind of check alternatives. Please wait. Sunday reset. I guess I bought more than I thought I needed, so. And now I have food for about 2 days. I bought a little more than I expected, but I seriously hope this was helpful and I can keep doing more of these because I know sometimes it's a bit intimidating to figure out what ingredients you should buy, but it's super simple. For today, all I got was some sort of berry. That's a fiber. Spring mix, that's a fiber too. Then the chicken breasts, which are like ready to just like meal prep already, just some seasoning. Egg whites, super easy. And butter I didn't get, but I got avocado spray, and I can keep doing these and then provide like a full list like of what I normally would get too. What a typical grocery run looks like for me, like every 2 days. I do go pretty frequently because I like to get ingredients fresh. If you prefer going like once a week, you can definitely buy more and then keep it in the freezer. I just personally live so close to a grocery store that I'm always running, so it doesn't bother me to like jump into the store and grab stuff like every couple days. And as far as pricing, definitely like you can check out different stores and figure out better pricing. You know, anything's expensive now, so I kind of just have to deal with it as is. But like I said, I do live in the Bay Area where everything is significantly more expensive than other places. So a way to kind of make it a bit more affordable is get frozen berries. Those are just as good. You just leave them out to like de-thaw. You can get frozen chicken, or my mom always says it's cheaper to buy a big size chicken and then just learn how to separate those pieces. I need to do a video of hers about that because she says it saves so much money, and then plus you get the broth, which is just better. So if there are ways to make things more affordable, you definitely need to take that extra step to do it, which unfortunately that's how it is in this country, and maybe in your country too. At the end of the day, it is investing into your health, and health is wealth. You can't buy feeling good. You know, you can, but you can't really. So if you're putting your money towards like food, at the end of the day, you'll spend less money eating out, but not only that, you'll feel better mentally. So instead of buying that like fat loss or weight loss pill, you're buying food that's fueling you. It's making you remove that brain fog. It's giving you the confidence to wear the clothes that you want to wear, and you feel beautiful, you feel strong. So when it comes to like how much money I spend on groceries or the types of food that I get, I view it as an investment. The same way that you view other things as investments, you should apply that same theory when it comes to buying food, because that is literally the biggest investment you make into your life, is the type of food that you consume. Because if you eat bad food, then you're shortening your lifespan. So invest into your food and you'll see amazing results.